Mademoiselle, and yes, I'm back again with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about fear mongering and moving abroad. If you are new to my channel, I focus on living a location independent lifestyle. I moved to Jamaica in 2020, kind of been there ever since, and I plan to stay there and all of that good stuff. So, let's talk about fear mongering and moving abroad. Now, since I have been online in the online atmosphere since I launched my YouTube, since I started growing my other platforms on TikTok and YouTube mainly. And of course, like just even with people that I know. When I first started, there was such it's so much fear among I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go as far as to say this. There's so much fear mongering around moving to black and brown countries because when I'm gonna get more into it, but when I see people talking about going to Europe or to China or to all these other places, like it's always, such excitement. It's always like people so happy for them. Like I hardly ever see any as much disdain and just straight up fear mongering like I do when I hear people saying that they are going to Africa, Mexico, Jamaica, so on and so forth. Uh, so I had the I'm gonna say the privilege. So I studied Pan African Studies in graduate school. So my of course like my perspective on these things are gonna like more leans towards my education. But like it's just like wow. When I first started my YouTube, when I first started I knew I was gonna move abroad. I wasn't necessarily decided on a place yet, but I knew I was getting out of the U.S. Okay, because I was fearful of that place, like many of us are. Um, I knew I was leaving, so like of course, like it's the fear mongering. What about the crime? What about this? What about that? Uh, you know, people are poor in those countries, they don't have this, they don't have that. Like, and I'm like, who told y'all? Where y'all getting this from? But anyways, since like just even since for the past 2 years or so, since I've been online, just trying to document, experiment my journey, it's been so, especially when, I make any mention of being in Jamaica, Lord. Oh my gosh, like I don't know. And so like especially so I'm gonna get into Jamaica in particular, but like even just recently, like with people traveling more and with African Americans, trying to find more, refuge. They trying to go out and experience and like actually connect with this world. They going to Africa and stuff like that. I've seen like some of the recent commentary and conversations around Dead to December in Nigeria and people going to Ghana and stuff like that. And it's just it's this expectation of America being in every country that you go. And it's just this constant don't go there. It's this, it's that. And it's just it really amazes me because the same stuff that you're talking about, it literally happens over here, um, and probably much on a much more larger scale. Hey, are you back in America now? I am. I came home for the holidays to visit family and friends, and I'm getting ready to head back to Jamaica in about a week or so. Yes. So when I first started this channel, oh, you're not gonna make it in Jamaica. You're not gonna survive. You from America. And I'm like, when people say stuff like that, like it lets me know that they have such nuanced view and understanding of the US. I don't know about other places in particular, but I'm gonna assume that it ain't that far off. But yeah, thank you. I love your content. Thank you so much. Um, it lets me know that your understanding is it's not it hasn't fully come full circle. Um, cause how I really don't I hate and you know it's also you know what I cause people they experience this what if you don't live in the U.S. typically you only experience or see or know of like a certain side of it. You aren't as you know involved in like the ins and the outs and the different societies and stuff like that. If I was to ride around Jackson, Mississippi right now where I am, or if I was to like ride around where I'm from, like here, like I don't think that would be the conversation. And so I'm just, you know, was always like so fascinated. If, you know, if my friend and she wants when she gets off, she feels like, you know, going around and seeing some places, I'm gonna see if I can show y'all some stuff. But it's like, darling, like a lot of us over here could probably survive anywhere, but we just aren't given the opportunity to do so. So yes, I have survived Jamaica. I've made it and I probably could have made it in a lot of places, but I decided on Jamaica. But like it's just so much like and I only see it with black and brown countries. I'm not gonna say only, but on a grand scale to why I say, hey, I'm moving to Jamaica and it's like it's instant like girl, you gonna die when you go over there. People gonna teeth you, them gonna kill you, them gonna rob you, them gonna do all this stuff, and them gonna take advantage. I'm not like, you know, I have a high level of discernment, so some things I'm not particularly worried about. But it's like, darling, I promise you, what's in Jamaica is in U.S. It's in Europe. It's in Canada. It's wherever. It's wherever out in this world. I promise you, it's there. I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear. I swear to God, like it's over there. Um, but you know, again, like I said, I try not to be dismissive of people's experiences because people carry certain traumas and things like that. Like I have I don't ever want to live in this place again. And so I know like some people may, you know, feel the same about Jamaica, but I also know like, you know, I could say that but you know there are different factors that go into that. But if I was to say that I'm going backpacking in Europe, oh, people be so excited. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. It wouldn't be, it probably would be here and there, but it wouldn't be like you gonna die when you go over there, like, you know, it wouldn't. I highly doubt I would get that reaction. If I say, "Oh, I'm going to Greece or to Italy," and from what I hear about those places and people like this, it's not that great of an experience. So I don't know, man. It's like I hate that as beautiful as these places are, this is the reputation that they get when they're not functioning any, you know, differently than other places in the world. And again, that's not to be dismissive, cause like no, I hate, you know, crime exists in these places. Period. I hate it exists in Jamaica. I hate it exists over here in the U.S. And I hate that it exists wherever it is. But yeah, like yeah, I'm glad you're happy and feel relatively safe in Jamaica. It's not for everyone. You make it work for you. Yeah, it's not for everyone. You're right. It's not for everyone. But it's like people don't go bashing other places like they do these places. They don't they don't make it. They don't put that like that's not the label of that area. this place where I am is not for me. Well, people bash Mississippi. I ain't gonna say that. But there's not like a whole fear mongering discourse like around, coming over here. And that's where it's much deeper than somewhere just not being for you, when like the whole like when I say like people will come at me viciously, well not viciously, but it's just like constant like um be careful, which I get it, people are coming from a good place. Um but yeah, like I said, like I have had stories from people from Jamaica who lived in Jamaica, ain't never been a victim of crime. As soon as they come over here, something happens. Like I'm more fearful for people coming over here than going over there. But at the same time, it's like I said, I understand. But I just wish that like people it's like a more nuanced like conversation around it. Cause never have I ever like just seen like the constant bashing and all this stuff like I do for Black and brown countries. And I know that it's not that different in other parts of the world. So that's my take on it. What do y'all think? Cause like I know everywhere ain't for everybody. Like, but it's not gonna be the conversations aren't gonna be the same. So I don't know. Let's see what y'all are saying. Jamaica was beautiful weather all year round. Big difference from the U.S. and UK. Funny thing, the same people presenting folks with that generality haven't been out of their home state. So like that's when I say like it's the same. These are the same mentalities. So yeah, people who ain't never been outside of like I'll take Mississippi like for example. They would it's the same. It's the same rhetoric. It's like unless you've been out here in this world and you've really like experienced some things, like that's why it's so hard for me to just understand. Like I understand it, but it's like I'm like, yo, this stuff is everywhere. And is it, particularly focused in some sectors? Yes, absolutely. It's not to dismiss it. But when you don't acknowledge the bigger picture of things, like these conversations it's the same thing over and over again, and nobody is acknowledging, why that exists or how to rectify it or how to fix it. I don't have all the answers, and I certainly ain't finna like pretend like I do, but mm, I just wish like, and it's so different because it's so the thing is it's like you get all this fear mongering, you get all this fear, and then when you get there, like it's like completely different. Like yeah, Jamaica. Like I'll meet Jamaicans. Oh, I love Jamaica. I'm so happy you came here. I love living here. And people like, you love it. I love it here too. And people like they happy to be in Jamaica. They good. They happy. They going about their lives and about their day. Like they ain't even consuming all this negativity about the place that you would think like is there. That's why it's kind of like, yeah, Hollywood. I'm here now. I'm anything but lonely for me. You got to get out there, mix and mingle. Yeah. How did your family members feel about Jamaica after visiting there? They was plotting to come and stay out there. I told them, no, you gotta go back to your yard. You can't stay out here. Like y'all gotta go back. They love Jamaica. They thought it was beautiful. It was a different experience. I don't know if they ever want to live out there, but I think they trying to sneak a movie in, but they ain't. But it's I just find it interesting. I can't say that I'm like surprised by it, and just people just are so shook that like people are coming out there. It is like yeah, like people like and here's another thing, like a lot of these people that come, especially from like particular countries, they not coming from these countries rich. They not coming there with like a whole lot of money. They coming there with a plan. Some folks is coming up with a plan to build their wealth and riches, in particular in places like Jamaica. But the assumption is that, people are just so, weak and fragile, like out here and outside of Jamaica. I'm like, I promise, whatever is there is out there in the world. I swear it is. I promise that much I can attest to. So, are these places like, Jamaica or wherever for everybody? No, absolutely not. But it's not, I don't think it's like apples and oranges, like constantly saying like just putting so much fear in, and then when you get there, like people are happy living their life. It's like a totally different. If I was to listen to people on the internet and be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't imagine." Like, I would have been so mad at myself had I actually went there and seen that it wasn't like that at all. I found your channel about a year ago. I'm from the Mississippi Delta, and you have inspired me to make this move, man. I'm so happy for you. I lived in the Mississippi. I lived in the Mississippi Delta. I went to school in the Delta. Now, if y'all want to see a third world country, go to the Mississippi Delta. No offense, QW. No offense. If y'all want to see a third world country, go to the Mississippi Delta. Go there. Go to some other places in the U.S. And I swear you won't be surprised talking about, I can't believe you survived in Japan. I can't believe you still there. Go to these places. I promise you. That's I got a third world country for you. It's right here. It's in Mississippi. They in America. Like, I lived in these places, like miles and miles of fields, cotton fields, plantations. Still to this day, just go miles and miles, miles and miles. Boar houses, uh, food deserts, and that's another oxymoron because like Mississippi is one of the like most agricultural or farm food producing states in the country, yet people like don't have access to quality food here. Go to there. I will show you a third world country. Jamaica is not a third world country. Y'all can't tell me no different. Like, I implore y'all. And then see, there's another thing is like when people come from other countries and they go to the US, again, they go to where the population is. So, or they go to where, they have the most economic advancement or opportunities. So they will end up in places like Miami or wherever, Atlanta, New York. Go outside of those areas, you will see a third world country. Go to rural Mississippi. Go to rural New York, some places. Go to areas out in Florida that ain't, those big city areas. Go to those places. There's your third world country, darling. Okay. So please be more mindful and considerate. It's mostly on, I want to say TikTok now, because it's like people just are so, I can't believe it. I came out here to Jamaica. Like, why not? Y'all got food growing everywhere. It's beautiful. Lots of people there that look like me. Like, why would I not want what? Like, what are you talking about? I got a third world country for you. Y'all come. You know what? I think I'm gonna start doing some tours. I'm gonna start bringing people. All y'all to come on here talking about how bad Jamaica. I'm gonna start bringing y'all to some of these places that y'all ain't had a chance to experience and see. Miss Man from the Mississippi Delta, I hope you enjoy Jamaica. I'm excited for you. If I could just move all my folks out of Mississippi and just take them somewhere else, I would do it. I would just come there on a battleship and just come collect all of y'all. Like y'all, like if you ain't been outside of California, LA, New York, you ain't seen a third world country. Okay, like I swear, I promise, I swear. This is why I was so confused and perplexed when people be talking about how horrible Jamaica is, and I ain't gonna make it, I ain't gonna survive, and all this stuff. I'm like, y'all ain't been where I been. Y'all ain't from where I'm from. Yes, I will, and I will do it just fine too. But again, it's like to say, like, I understand, like, people have their experiences, and people need, feel like, they have more access to things and money and stuff in the US. So I get it. But it's like, that's where the book stops for me. Like, outside of that, I wouldn't leave that place. um but that's just me. I also wish you could do some vlogs about the communities in Jamaica. Well, I'm pretty sure. So I tried, and because there are actually a lot of great Jamaican YouTubers, vloggers, creators who you will see like their communities. I don't want to be like, it'll make me feel like, what's some people that be coming, what's some people the mission, I don't know, I don't want to be like them people that be coming like into people's like stuff and trying to look how they look. I don't like doing that because but like there are like people who are like actually from those communities doing things, like you just gotta search and look out for them. They're there, and they may be on different platforms. And I actually try not to have this particular conversation too much, I give it from the perspective of where I'm coming from. But there are so many more people, discussing these things that are of Jamaican heritage and descent, and I would rather them have that than me coming in and just like, telling people what they need to be doing, so on and so forth. When those people are already there, they're already doing the work. They're just not amplified or highlighted because all people are pushing out is all the negative, all blah 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 stuff about Jamaica. So there are lots of great things. Um, you can live the same lifestyle in Jamaica like the US. Yeah. And this is the other thing. When I when I got to Kick, and I'm looking around, I'm like, these people is rich. That's why I'm like, what are y'all talking about? It's lifestyles and the rich and famous out here. It is lifestyle. I'm out looking around in amazement. And I'm like, what? Yo, I'm like, do you see these big 15-story mansions they be having? They just sitting out in the middle in the hills. They just there. I'm like, wow. That's why I'm like, these folks is rich. That's why I'm like, third world country. I'm like, where? I mean, I get it. Like, I'm not gonna. The class system is there. Yes, it's definitely there. But to just completely like dismiss Jamaica like that, and to just no, it's so. And again, it's like anywhere else in the world. You got your more wealthy areas. You have your poor areas. You have your areas that uh, just function differently. It's like it's the same thing. Like when I say there ain't whatever is in Jamaica is in foreign. Like I swear, every word you're saying is right. Thank you. Yes, I agree. The Delta is like a third world country. In Mexico now, and this ain't it. Going to give Jamaica a try. Okay. I hope you enjoy Jamaica. I hope you do. And I think, well, people in Mississippi, Jamaica's probably like, uh, I don't like I said, Mississippi and Jamaica ain't too different for me, people wise and culturally. I think you'll fit in there. I think Mississippi people will fit well. Southern people will fit well in somewhere like Jamaica. Are you still in Kingston or have you moved to another parish? I'm still in Kingston. Don't know how much longer. I know for at least another year I'll probably be there, but I'm not sure. But I've been to some of the other parishes. Um, so yeah, I've seen like I definitely I want to get up in the hills, but like again, like I don't have transportation right now. I also work online, so I need good stable internet, which most of the areas I think do, but I gotta stay based in Kingston right now till I get more settled and structured. My ex Bill sister lived in a condo in the hills of Kingston. Kingston, a nice part where her little Yorkie living her best life. But yeah, when I say I like these people live nice. Like you come from Mississippi, from the Delta, like this, like come, girl, you gonna be amazed. And I'm like, yo, these people living nice. They living good. Like, what do y'all? What do you mean? Coming from what? Where I'm from? Where I grew up at? No, I rebuke that. Yes, the Southern culture is almost the same as Jamaican. I used to consider the grill though. I don't know. So another reason why I'm kind of based in Jamaica, and I'm trying to get further out in the hills. While I'm based in Kingston, is I try and stay from like those touristy areas because again, it's too many of them folks that be out there, and I don't be I be trying to avoid them at all possible costs. I try not to be in touristy areas too much. I'm in Kingston now, but I'm trying to get off. I'm trying to get up in there. Like I want to be on one of them roads that you can barely drive on. Like I'm trying to be. Where's Mocha? Nobody knows. Off in the hills somewhere. Is there a way to get Jamaican money in the U.S. before flying to Jamaica? I don't believe so. I don't think so. I don't know. I have no idea. No, I don't think you can do that. Cause I don't think you can spend money anywhere else outside of Jamaica. So I don't know. Maybe they have like some banks or something. So I think if you in certain areas, they have like currency exchanges. Maybe like where it's like a high population of Jamaica. So maybe Florida, somewhere certain areas. I think they may have that option, but I don't know. Yeah, man. When I first came, and I was like in awe. Like, look at these big, colorful, pretty houses. All this food growing everywhere. I was like, third world country, where? Where is it at? I don't know, but I mean, like I said, I understand people's concerns and things like that. Like, I get it, but it's the same anywhere else. It depends on the community and the people and all the other stuff, like the factors that make that situation what it is. I heard it's really expensive, not a good exchange rate if you change money. I don't do the exchanging money and stuff. I typically just use my card. And it'll I just use my card. And then if I do, I'll just go withdraw money from a Jamaican bank. I don't cause it's for me it's less expensive that way. It's cheaper as the faucet water safe to drink. I don't know. I don't really. I got a water filter pitcher thing. Um, I've drunk it time from time, but it's not because I don't think that it's safe. I don't really like the taste of faucet water, but I have like a water filter that I use. Um, yeah, and then I get the St. Catherine's Peak water because I just that's my favorite water in Jamaica. It just so tastes. It tastes so nice and pristine. So and that's the water I drink. But I think people drink the tap water, yeah. But I use a water filter still um, from the faucet. So I have a water. I got a It's not a Brita. It's one of those like high grade supposed to be filters. Um, do you cook with it? Yeah, I cook with it. Like I use it regularly. And then I just use a water filter to filter the water out of the tap. I haven't had any issues. I cook with it. Yeah, everything. So when you first got to Jamaica, how did you exchange U.S. dollars? When I first came here, I wasn't doing. I would just either go to the bank and withdraw Jamaican money, or I would just use my card. Like I wasn't doing like the whole like exchange thing when I first came here. Um, anytime I need and again, so here's okay. So because I live in Kingston and like most places are kind of like adaptable now to what you don't need to carry. Like you still need cash, yeah, like for taxi and stuff like that. But when I go to the store, they take card. When I go eat places, they take card. When I buy stuff, they take card. Like the only time I will really go do the exchange thing is when I'm needing to pay convert money to pay my rent. And I still even do that electronically. I just have to put it in my Jamaican bank account because that's how my landlord, I have to transfer the money to their Jamaican bank account. That's the only time I really do that. And when I go withdraw money like for taxis and the bus and stuff, everything else, I don't carry like a lot of money like around on me. So, but people, they will go to the bank. I think the bank gives you the best exchange rate. Does it? I don't. I just know don't do it in the airport. That's that's always what I heard. Don't do it at the airport. Just go to the bank and take the money off your car at the ATM. Like that's what I don't know. Like that's what I do. And then, you may want to find a bank account that has like lenient like international fees and stuff where they'll reimburse you or something. But I don't do too much of that exchange and stuff. I don't know. I probably ain't the best person for that question. Um, do I have any? Is there any other questions? Anything else about like fear mongering? I just have to like iterate that point because when I say I was in awe, I was like, I ain't ever leaving this place. When I once considered moving to Jamaica, it was hard to find places with bathtubs instead of stalls. I have a tub. I don't know. I think it depends. So I have to be because I stay in Kingston, and I think Kingston is probably like more. I don't know if people are wanting like that lifestyle. Then I think I don't know. In particular areas, I have a tub. Um, both of both of the places that I stayed in so far have had tubs. So I don't know. In US dollar, $1 is 153 Jamaican dollars. Yeah, so the exchange rate stuff. But the process, I just say go to the bank and withdraw money from your ATM. Turn on that travel notification on your card so they'll know ain't nobody trying to, get you and do it like that. That's what I do. It's simpler for me. Just go and take the money out the ATM and be on about my way. Mocha stay right there in Jamaica soon. JA is going to be one of the wealthiest places on earth. JA has the seventh deepest natural harbor in the world and will be the Singapore of the Caribbean. And I see like what's happening like with Jamaica. And this is why like I get so disheartened like with actual Jamaicans like just don't see what's finna happen. Like what's finna happen. And again, I understand it because I know it's like economics and class and all those things play a factor in people having access to certain things. Like I get it. But like I'm saying, if you do, find it necessary to go to foreign, I say go there like with a plan, like, however many years you think it's gonna take you to acquire, amount of money or figure out like something. Like I would not just completely disregard Jamaica like that. If I was a Jamaican and I had Jamaican heritage and descent and had, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. Do you plan to visit any other Caribbean islands in the near future? I don't know. So far my travel plans, I'm planning to go to Africa this year. Um, I'm not planning. I don't know. I don't really have a desire to. Like when I say like when I came to Jamaica and I knew it like was home like that. I don't know. Like I don't have a desire. I mean, if I go, I don't have a desire to. I do want to get to Africa. I do want to visit there. I'm planning to do that this year. With me and my team members. I don't think I will. I don't know. Do y'all have a recommendation? I think I would like to visit Grenada, the Spice Island. I think I would like to visit there. I think it's Zoe, the Exodus, um, what is that channel name? Zoe with the Exodus Collective. Yes, she's out in Grenada. I would like to visit that place eventually. What about universities? Um, I'm not sure. I didn't attend a Jamaican university so far. I see UE is like things that I hear people talk about frequently. I depending on what your career field is, I always advise people to get online. So I like if y'all can like save some money. A lot of this stuff you can learn online, but they have some universities. I hear like the actual the now the education system, the school, the schooling, like the grade schools. What do they call them? What sixth form? All this stuff. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still learning. So, as I hear that the actual school system here is really good. And again, like the students in Jamaica get more of like a well-rounded education. So I would have to look into the university stuff. Like I went to school in the US, so I've been long done with that stuff. I was actually before I came to Jamaica, I was in the process of starting a PhD program, but I decided against it because I was like, this is not. I'm not. I don't know. The 2 degrees I already got, I still am not where I want to be in life. I didn't see the need to continue on with that stuff. Thank you so much, African King, for your donation. Indio says, I was shocked to see thatched houses in America without running water or electricity, where people are still using outhouses. Yes. Yes. When I say I got a third world country for you, I got a third world country for you. Like, yeah, board houses are out here. I'm in Jackson, Mississippi. They just getting like they water things. They didn't have no water for a while, and it was all because it. Well, it was city government and all this stuff. Like folks didn't have no water. At least if you in Jamaica and ain't got no water, you can go to the river, get your little something. I don't know, boil it. The water was black coming out the faucet, black and brown coming out the faucet. That's happened to me where I live, the places like that. Like you can't do anything with that water. Yep, it's still people still live in wood houses out here. Uh, yeah. I mean, it's not as prevalent as it was, but that stuff is still out here. Take me with you to Africa. Ooh, I hope you got your coinage ready. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it. Sometimes I worry when I hear people talking about moving to Jamaica saying we should leave the USA. I agree, but I wonder who else will move there from hearing this and making things worse there. I need for you to clarify. Sometimes I worry when I hear people talking about moving to Jamaica saying we should leave the USA. I agree, but I wonder who else will move there from hearing this and make things worse. So I've done like again extensive videos I'll try and make people aware and cognizant of like things here and how to be mindful of stuff. And again, I think that's what I'm assuming what you're meaning is like make things worse, like economically or like raising prices and stuff like that. I'm assuming that's what you mean, which I understand. So yeah, I try and, communicate that to like, don't move abroad with colonizer tendencies. Cause that is a thing. Like we do need to be mindful of how we going to impacting communities, which is why I try so hard to just blend in and I don't make it an effort to like I don't know. I think like the best that we can do is again not go there and causing any damage, but just learning how to properly integrate and being mindful of the way we go about doing it. Um some people have, ambitions and are not like that concerned. So I understand. I think it's a problem as well, but I try and give like an informative perspective of it. So people aren't going there and causing treachery, because that is a concern of mine as well, and something that I noticed, because I realized people aren't going there with the same mind frame that I was, which, and they would find me and find my platforms and find my community, but they just was not, um, you know, willing to learn, or, just they had their own motives for coming, which, I mean, I can't control too much. All I can do is give people information I think is helpful, and, not go and make things harder again on the local population. So, like I said, I drink water, mind my business. I try and function like anybody else would in my area. And I agree. I hope people don't go and make things worse there. I hope they're going to be mindful and learn how to properly get into communities, or, not create more dire situations that already exist. How are you able to make a living outside of teaching? So when I first started, I was teaching English online. Um, right now I work alongside Miss Stephanie Perry, Vicarious. She is a very popular YouTuber on here. I started working with her. It's been a year now. So that's what I've been doing part-time. And so now I'm in the process of building out like my own. I'm trying to be the next, not the next her, but be like her. I'm aspiring. But I've been working with her as I've been assisting her with her business. So that's what I've been doing alongside running my stuff with Black expats, repats in Jamaica, and my own business stuff. Like, so for the most part, I've been trying to figure out how to get off the plantation for a long time. So I've always been kind of entrepreneurial for the most part, in a sense. But I just finished 4 professional certificates for marketing and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing. That job is keeping me afloat while I figure out my processes and structures. I just launched an online store selling these things, and I got a bunch of stuff. So that's what I'm doing. Like, it's you have to figure it out. And again, like, I just made a video yesterday. I think I put a video about ways you can support yourself financially when you move abroad. You're gonna have to get online, or you're gonna have to start a business somewhere, depending on where you're going. Some people can go and get jobs. If you're trying to come to Jamaica, I don't recommend the getting a job option, because one, you have to be mindful of the local population and their accessibility to jobs. If you have access and opportunity to money online, I suggest you go that route. And also, the pay probably is disgraceful for the most part for most jobs in Jamaica. If you're working in the public sector, I think so. Those are my recommendations. I wish I had a magic wand, but you're gonna have to figure it out, the financial part. I recommend save whatever you can, sell, get rid of stuff, start building you a nest egg, and start getting your funds in order. Like, you're gonna have to, if you want to be comfortable, you probably gonna have to get online, unless you look up with one of those jobs where they want people to come and they pay you a decent salary. I mean, they're out here, they're out in, but they're far and few in between if you're trying to come to Jamaica. Much more job opportunities probably in other places, but just be mindful of that if you're interested in coming to the Caribbean, because most people are leaving because they don't have access to jobs, or, what they feel is fair pay. What 2 degrees do you have? I have a bachelor's in mass communications, media production. And then I have a master's in TV, radio, and film production and Pan-African studies. So y'all don't know. See, I used to be working on film sets and stuff. I used to be, that was my career. Well, my background. Any creative stuff is what I have been doing primarily for my survival. What is this going on? Are y'all arguing? Y'all, please don't. This is a peaceful platform. Please don't come. Please, let's not do that here. Um, Go and research Jay on the internet. Yeah, it's not so. Some places in Jamaica don't have bad. I don't think she was meaning it derogatory. Like it's like some places just have like we have the shower stall, and she was wanting to know like, do they have they have tubs? Some places have both, and again, depending on where you are, like, child, some of these places have stuff you ain't never seen before. So that's what don't dismiss Jamaica, because like I said, I'm always in amazement. Like, child, I didn't even know they had this. It's out there. It might be expensive as I don't know what, but it's there. I promise. Like the stream, everyone. Thank you, child. I didn't even um think to tell y'all like this. Feel free to donate like the African King did. Thank you so much for your donate. Have you met anyone in Kingston that have an Airbnb business? That's what I get to. I had an Airbnb. Um, I had a spare room that I was renting out. Yeah, I met a lot of people do Airbnb in Jamaica. Lots of people do that. I did it for a period. I realized I don't really function well with people in my space. If I do that again, I don't know. I don't think it would be like they'll be staying with me. Now, Jamaica has the clearest, purest water in the entire world. Visitors don't even have to buy bottled water because of the purity of the water. Yes, Jamaica has some good water. I just don't like the taste of tap water, which is why I don't drink it. But I do have a filter. But yes, they are a mess. Y'all, we not arguing about water, okay? It's 2023. We are focusing on uh bigger and better things. We're not gonna do that. All right. So some people just don't know. They'd like to get this type of information, but it's fine. We're not gonna do that. Do you have a man? Okay. So these conversations I'm putting on this. I don't know if you are asking out of interest or nosiness. But either way, that stuff is going on a separate platform, not because there's when stuff about Jamaica and dating comes up, my God, it just gets outrageous. That stuff I'll be talking about on a separate platform, not on this channel, because I don't have the energy. But stay tuned for something if you are super curious and interested. Do you have an LLC? Jamaica doesn't do the LLC structure. They have something similar. It's called LTD. But if first of all, before even doing that type of stuff, if y'all are coming to another country and y'all do not have residency or a permit, you have to have that stuff set up before you can legally earn money in another country. Okay, do that first. You have to get set up. I don't know if you have residency or not, but you have to be able to legally earn money in another country before you go doing all this stuff. You can operate a business, I think in Jamaica, but if you're trying to go the residency route, if you want to like be there long term, I highly advise for you to do it the proper way and to not risk getting deported and fined and all that stuff, because Jamaica does do that. I've seen it. It has happened. So, yes, you can. I don't think you need to run an Airbnb. I don't think you need to do that. I don't know. I'm not sure, because I had mine set up under that. But I know people who do it who probably don't have it set up like that. But Jamaica is starting to get to a place where they want people to register their businesses and stuff. So I don't know. But for you, if you are a foreigner, I highly recommend that you go about doing things like the proper way, because you have a much stronger footing when you are, set up properly and you don't risk certain things. Because if they feel like they don't want you to run no business, especially if you ain't set up properly, you can get consequences. I only asked about the water because certain places the water isn't safe to drink, like in Mexico, for instance. Yeah, so I understand. So again, don't worry about going back and forth. I understand where you're coming from. I understand why you're asking. So, girl, people are sensitive. Jamaicans, it's so weird because they so sensitive about Jamaica, but they be trying to get. I be like, what? Y'all love Jamaica so much, but y'all always trying to leave. I don't understand. Don't say, don't. It can be interpreted as you like thinking negatively about Jamaica, but now I understand. Like, yeah, some of the water in Mexico isn't safe to drink. If you are not, from there, it can make you sick, like in some places. So I understand what you're saying, but don't take it to heart. Just scroll on by. You are interested, you need to email me. Okay. Our food prices in Jamaica. Here in Southern Maryland, the prices have gone up sharply. So I think the food has went up in Jamaica, both like from like the farmers market and the coordination markets, and even in the stores. The stores is already expensive, child. This is another reason why I'm ready to get off in the hills, because they be getting me. Um, um, yeah, the food is getting expensive. So which is why I'm like, I want to get up in the hills. I want to grow me some food. I want to have all that access to that good fresh produce, because I had a garden when I was living in Mississippi. So I would like to get back into that eventually. But yes, the food has risen in Jamaica, especially if you shop at supermarkets and stuff. The supermarkets and stuff, it's already expensive. So, but go to the farmers markets if you want the best deals. People, please press the like button. Yes, thank you. But you want to take Mocha on a date? We're gonna have to see about that. I don't know who this person is. Don't be volunteering me out. I don't know who this is quite yet. For sure. I disagree a little. The deep south, like Mississippi, Louisiana, and so forth, have rural areas that could pass for third world, but not so many parts in the USA. Well, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the area. But when I say like, because people are under the impression that it doesn't exist over here, period. That's why where I'm from, it's definitely there. Like, you want to come, I'll trade places with you. You want to come live in Mississippi? Fine. Yeah, there's there's like a lot of poverty stricken area. If you are outside of like those large cities, you will find them. Like, and if they ain't third world, they're like poverty stricken, or like they have those same dynamics that exist over there. Like, it's there. I've lived in New York, I've lived in Georgia, I've lived in Tennessee, I've lived in a bunch of places, and I see it everywhere. Yeah, I always said if I do move there, I have to be in the Grill, Portland, or Montego Bay. Can you post your website in the description? Yes, I can. So I have two websites. One is mochamazel.com, and then the other is shop.mochamazel.com. I will post them both. They should be everywhere. But yeah, in the Grill, Portland, on Montego Bay. I like Portland. I love Portland. But I think Kingston is because I like to like do moving and shaking and stuff like that. I'm trying to, business wise and stuff like that. Kingston is ideal for me, but I do have intentions on getting like up in one of those mountains somewhere eventually. Yeah, so I've just been on here chatting. Does anybody else? Y'all done had me on here for a whole hour. I was born in Jamaica and I came to USA when I was a baby, but never went back. I know a lot of situations like that. And I'm trying not to do the reverse fear mongering, but I've seen that, and I've seen people who come and they never went back to Jamaica, and like they never really got their footing in the U.S. like they was hoping to, or was aspiring to, and I find that kind of sad because like they are struggling more than they were in where they're from, not just Jamaica but a lot of places like. But I don't know if they are, determined to, get it and figure it out. And I'm sure, they'll get there. But like I've seen, they never got to like that place to where that quote unquote American dream, and it just didn't pan out well for them. Y'all can follow me on Instagram too. I'm at Mokumazelle on all the socials. You'll see more of the day-to-day stuff there. Um, I'm trying to do better with my channel, so yes. Have you met Miss? Yes, I have met her. I was born in Jamaica. Yeah. So I don't know. And there's a lot of people coming back to their countries. So it depends on, because I look at the larger collective of things. I mean, of course, people have their own personal choices. They don't want to go back. It's fine. I understand. I get it. But I hate for that cast to be placed over some of these places. Like they the worst places in the world, and they are not. Like it's not. They are not. So I think that's it, y'all. If I have the opportunity, because I'm supposed to be leaving here tomorrow, if I have the opportunity to show y'all some areas, then maybe. But don't hold me to it, and don't be disappointed if I don't. But yeah, you can get Jamaican currency at TD Bank and Bank of America. Okay, yeah, there you go. If that person is still here, if he's still on here, you can get Jamaican currency at TD Bank and Bank of America. So yeah, I knew it was like specific places. I didn't know if it was certain states, but you can get it. I have no idea how to go about doing that. But there you go. Leaf Green just gave you that insightful and helpful information. So before I check out of here and finish packing and whatnot, does anybody have any other questions? So, anything about income, money, what else have I posted? Other stuff, you can find those in some of my other videos. There will likely be a playlist of me talking about Jamaica specifically, somewhere linked in the description after this is done. Do not forget to grab your Move Abroad Starter Kit if you are interested in moving abroad. Yes, I do offer one-on-one sessions, coachings, and that. Please do my live chats. I'm gonna go live more often. I'll be back, but yeah, that's it. Thank y'all for hanging out with me for a whole hour. Y'all so nice. I'll see y'all later because I gotta get moving. But have a good day, night, morning, wherever y'all are at. What is average price range for luxury apartments in Kingston? Expensive. Bye. Good night. I'm sorry. I'm trying to ask this like what's the average price range? Let me tell you what to do. Go on. They can get expensive. Like I said, when I say our child, it's outrageous in some areas. So like they could be upwards like 1,000, 2,000 US, some more. So when I say it's the lifestyle and rich and famous, some parts out of Jamaica, that's what I mean. I don't know. I don't pay that much. I can barely afford what I'm paying now, but like I just had to deal with it for the time being. But yes, they can get up there. So yeah. All right. So bye. Good night. See y'all later. Have a good day.